Hey, Bryan.
Hey,
How you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Glad to hear that. I'm doing well as well.
I'm in Kansas City.
Okay. And what did you say today was?
My 45th, my
No
birthday.
way.
Whoa.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a wild week, needless to say. I appreciate the opportunity. Got my first deal.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That just happened this week and you scheduled the call.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Tell
So
me about it.
let me start at the beginning. So in
Yeah.
March, I learned about you guys from TTP,
Okay.
Brent Daniels, Wholesaling Inc. I'm not a member of either one of those because, quite frankly, as of right now, I can't can't afford it.
Yeah.
Right. So I did the 14-day trial, paid the $50 for the first month, and something that I would, since I have you, would like to. And I know Kansas is a non-disclosure state, like the worst of all of them. But if there's anything that you can do to get the Kansas side for DealMachine updated with owners and stuff, I don't know how hard it is or what you have to do, but my personal address has the previous owner on it still, and I've lived in this house for 15 months. So since I'm talking to the man, maybe you can get something done on that.
Yeah.
So that's my only thing in DealMachine that I'm a little not frustrated because I just got to make sure that these houses, the owners are coming up like they're supposed to be, right? Because I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to send new owners the mailer that just bought it in December,
Right.
which again, I know the state. So other than that, so I actually shut down DealMachine after the end of April. And
Okay.
so I had two mailings go to this particular house, and May 7th, is that a Sunday? 2 Sundays ago, I got an email and from a homeowner, and in the subject line it said "house for sale," and so responded back to that email, set up a time to meet with them on Wednesday, and for 4 hours we talked on their couch. And some of these houses are just, they smell funny and all that kind of stuff, and that's what I'm dealing with.
Right.
Sitting there, kind of hoarders. And so
Right.
anyway, I asked them, so how did you hear about me? Because I also send out my own little direct mail flyers too. And she reaches back and she pulls out the card from DealMachine. And I said, oh, interesting. How, why did you choose me from that card? And she said, well, we got mailers from a guy in Topeka, which is like an hour from here. And then I got your card like the same day, which was the second one. And I said, oh, cool. She goes, why? I go, why that card? She said, well, you had a picture of our house on the card. And I said, oh yeah, I do that. I did that. I drove by your house, took a picture, and here we go. And so, and I was local. Those were the two reasons, because there was a picture on the card, and I was local is why they called me, or they emailed me.
Yeah.
So I have a really long story, but there's one funny part in it that I would love to share. But I had an open house on Sunday, showed it a few times, learned a lot since this is my first deal. I'm an insurance agent by day. But I posted on some meetup groups, some real estate meetup groups. They're in that are on Facebook, and posted I was having an open house on Sunday, and I got zero response. And was thinking I was going to spend 3 hours at this house by myself, twiddling my thumbs. And what ended up happening was I had about 8 people show up throughout those 3 hours to view the house. So on Thursday morning, actually, I learned that the house had some really bad foundation. I knew there was cracks, thought epoxy injections would be the one that took care of it. But there was some leaning going on, as much as 3, maybe even 3.5 inches on one wall that I never saw when I did the deal. So anyway, Monday rolls around. A couple people are interested. A lot of low balls. A guy from Nevada emails me and wants to gives me a low ball bid. And so long story short, these two guys came in Tuesday morning off of a messenger. I posted it on the marketplace for a contract for assignment. And these two guys from up the road, they came down to I had a show in the house at 9. So they came at 9:30, and they offered me 90 for it. I got it for 87. Offered me 90, and I did have a verbal commitment from somebody else for 95. And I said, well, if you can do 96, I'm not trying to get into a bid here, a war, but so one of the things they said was, what's the lowest you can take? And I said, well, what's the most you want to spend? And then I was just quiet, literally bit my tongue, and in my head said, don't answer, don't say nothing. And then they said 90, and I said, well, not to get in a bidding pissing match here, but I've got someone that contingent on the roof, because insurance is looking like they're going to pay for a brand new roof and gutters. So contingent on that, they're going to do 95. If you do 96, it's yours if the people inside don't want it. I was showing it twice, right? So they didn't want it, so locked it up for 96. $9,000 in my pocket here in about hopefully a month or less.
Great job.
So
I
yeah,
love that you stayed silent. Yeah, I love that you stayed silent. It's hard to do.
Well, that's why I bit my tongue. So the funny part of that story, I hope it's funny. I took a chance when I told this joke, but I was putting their names in my phone, and they were talking back and forth in Spanish. And I looked up at them, and as serious as I could be, I said, I understand every single word that you're saying. And they looked at me like deer in headlights. And I go, I'm just kidding. I have no clue what you're saying. They were busted up laughing. That cracked them up. And then they're like, oh, we were just talking about the roof. And I'm like, I don't care. You can talk about the roof. You can talk about me. I really don't care. So you're probably too young for this, but Seinfeld has an episode where Frank and Elaine go into this Korean salon, and the Korean women are talking about Elaine. And you don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
I don't think I've seen that one. But keep going.
Well,
somebody watching
same thing. I'm sorry?
I said keep going. Somebody watching this will know.
Yeah. So Frank Costanza and Elaine go into the Korean salon, their nail salon, and the Korean women are laughing and making fun of Elaine. And Frank starts yelling at him like Frank does, because he's an angry New Yorker. It's Ben Stiller's dad, who just passed away, is who that plays that character. And he goes off on him, and then pop out of the back curtain comes this Korean woman that's about his age, and she's like, Frank, is that you? So he was in Korea during the Korean War, right? And who knows what they had a relationship, let's put it that way, in the Korean War. And so anyway, it was kind of funny, but it was a good joke. Everybody laughed, which was good. Kind of broke some of the that bidding back and forth tension.
For sure.
But, all said and done, DealMachine got me my first deal. So right away, actually last night or yesterday, I figured out how to get everything up and running again. Put my TTP code in. So thank you for that discount. And I've actually added a team member with that as well. And just literally before we got on here, I was talking to another friend of mine. I may have to bump up my prescription already, because he'd be interested in driving around as well and doing deals with me. So, I'm also working on my own dad and my youngest brother. They're both in Florida, so maybe doing some deals down there as well. But, one at a time, of course, but started in November. I didn't even know about wholesaling until this last November. I went to a meetup group, a networking group, and I was trying to just hand out insurance cards, and people, introducing them. Well, what do you do? Wholesaler. I'm like, what the heck is a wholesaler? And I'm a builder, and I'm going to do this, I do that. And I'm like, what is a wholesaler? So then I didn't even know what fix and hold meant. I had no clue what that even was until I go, fix and hold, what is that? And I go, oh, they rent them out. They fix them and then they rent them. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So I'm not a real estate person. I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not in my family. My dad was a railroader. My mom worked at the school. And so we grew up in that, middle class thing. I'm probably the first entrepreneur minded kid in the whole family, as far as I know. I'm the oldest of three, and my youngest brother owns his own company. and he's a performance trainer and down in Florida, and works with pro tennis and golf players and baseball players. And so he's actually interested in it too, because he has to drive around to quite a bit of places. So why not take a few pictures here and there and send some cards and try to make some extra cash?
I love it. Have you figured
yeah.
out a payment arrangement with him? Would you guys split the profits?
Yeah, right now we'd split it. I'm actually splitting it with everybody, because if I can't take the picture and they can, and eventually they do the deal. I mean, it's some stuff I need to work through, but at this point, they don't know what I know in terms of negotiating and all that kind of stuff. So first couple deals, I thought I would just go with them. Now the other guy that I talked to earlier today, he would probably just pass them off to me and I'd split them with him.
Okay.
But the lady that's going to be working with me in Missouri, we'll split those to start with, and maybe work out an arrangement if she starts doing them on her own. Since I'm paying for the DealMachine and all the mailings,
Oh yeah.
If she's doing the rest on her own, then we'll do some sort of split. But right now we'll split everything, more than likely. But yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't tell you how excited I am. I'm sure you've heard that many times, but your app is fantastic. I've heard you on Wholesaling Inc. before. And so Wholesaling Inc., I use them, or I listen to them. Max Maxwell, listen to them. And those are all buddies of yours, I'm sure. But they all do a great job. They're all education. Being a teacher is what I thrive on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see your fancy cars. I don't want to see your fancy house. Just teach me how to do it. Don't promise me the moon. Just let me figure it out. I'll get the moon when I get there,
Right.
But, and I'm a teacher at heart too. So I've been teaching baseball for 21 years privately, giving private instruction, and
that's awesome.
So teaching other people how to do stuff is fun for me. But yeah, it's awesome. And the homeowners, they're extremely happy too. The guy jumped up in his chair and was high-fiving his wife, and he's like, I got what I wanted. Like, you got what you wanted. You got your 87. And I was like, yeah. And I did some things that most people that have experience doing this would cringe, but they know what I got. I was completely honest with them from top to bottom of this whole deal. And we're still working. It's not closed yet. We're waiting for a new roof and new gutters, but once that's done, this is a slam dunk. So, but yeah, all because of that picture on your card, buddy.
Hey, it works. That's why I put it there.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So how old are you?
I'm 30. I'll be 31 in July.
And so I've heard your story, but how long ago did you come up with all this?
2016.
2016?
Mm-hmm.
So 4 years? Did you have a background in tech or something?
No, I did. Well, actually, yeah, I did computer engineering and electrical engineering. And I'd worked at Accenture, which is a big consulting firm. And then I had made this other app called Chapter Builder, and we sold it to this company in Carmel that helps fraternities and sororities. So it's an active recruitment tool out there as well. And then after that, I was trying to get into real estate, actually. I was just wanting to get rentals. And then I was told about driving for dollars, had a struggle, made this basic tool as a software developer for myself. And then a few months passed, and, I ended up putting it on the App Store. A couple of friends wanted to use it. And somebody paid like $1,000 for mailers without, thinking twice about it. And then I was like, I should make this really, really good, because it's not just me that would use it. And that was early 2017 that I realized that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've heard your story before, and I just at the moment blanked, but that's awesome. Yeah. I've inquired about mailers, doing the whole list thing, but you don't get the pictures. You don't get pictures on it. It's hard to make that personal without the picture. I mean, that's as personal as you can get is using that picture.
Right. We do have the street pic, which would put the Google picture in there for you, but it is not as good. You can tell it's from Google. Having the actual picture of you right there is the most impactful. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what sold this one. That, and I was local, so that helped too. But DealMachine is what got me there. That's why I got the app again. Even with even with the issues of the owners not being up to date even 6 months ago, it's probably a small percentage of those people, but yeah, it'll all work itself out eventually.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate you saying something. Actually, we just brought on a new way of getting the data. So that'll be updating soon. That'll be more frequently across the board. I mean, 15 months is like not acceptable and not normal either, I don't think. So,
well, and I inquired about it through customer service, and they said it updates every 3 to 6 months. And I'm like, well, it's been 12 and my name is still not on my property. And I got an answer back of, well, you can put your name in there yourself. I'm not buying my own house. I already bought my house. Well, it doesn't matter if, you know what I mean? The point is if my house isn't right, there's going to be other houses that aren't right too. So other than that, I maybe paid $200 in total. Maybe not with just you, but with doing all of it by myself.
Yeah.
I made $9,000.
Yeah. I mean, that's really good return on investment. As you scale, it might shift a little bit, but you've had early success. So I think it's smart to keep doubling down on what worked. Well, I just wanted to say, thank you so much for doing this video. Thanks for doing DealMachine and letting us know that you are successful. And I just wish you all the best with your future deal finding. And would also love to share with you some of the budget planner stuff that we've got that can help you plan.
I'm going to leave that one. There we go.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about that.
I would love to also share this budget planner tool with you to help you figure out how many deals do I need to put in here, because it kind of works backwards. If you want to get a deal a month, how many properties do I need to be adding per week? It's a really useful tool I'll send to you, as well as a free DealMachine hat. I'll just give you a link and you can input your address. It'll ship to you for free if you're interested in that. We've got a few other swag items to choose from, so no worries.
Cool.
Is there anything else that I can do for you?
That's a great question. As of right now, I don't know.
That's fine. Hey, well, you've got my personal cell phone number, and I just wanted to leave that open. If you ever need anything, feel free to give me a text.
I'll definitely do that.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Have fun at your girlfriend's parents' house. Good luck with that.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate all you do. And if there's anything you need from Kansas City, let me know.
All right. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care.
You too. Bye.